So, coming in December, as you know, but it's grown to a more epic expression of the genre than even I could have visualized. Looking forward to December, to the release, or the sales release of Elise Jones' Barre Blend. Take a look.
I am powerful. I am motivated. I am committed. I am ready. I want to see you burn and sweat. We're going to torch some calories and torch some fat. Drop it low and get that heart rate up. Let's pick up the tempo. Let's go center, center, lunge. Yes, yes, yes. Center, center, lift. We reach and strengthen. Standing ledge, feel the burn and feel the bliss. You got it. Let's take it away from the bar and blend into our cardio intervals. What happens if we add a jump? Yes, love that. Let's get that knee up. Let's go for those weights. Curtsy, firework kick. Work on that balance, work on that strength. And I want to see low and high. We're right in that fat burning zone. One more like that each way. Good work, guys. Feeling that burn. Reach forward, let's come right to tempo. Let's pull back, up, back, down. Are you guys feeling this? Use those abs, use those legs. Get that good energy. One more. Good job, guys. Way to rock it. Defy your limits, define your body.
Please welcome to the stage, Miss Elise Jones. All right, so welcome.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be here.
It is almost time. We've heard absolutely incredible things from the workout this morning.
Oh,
Really great
great.
feedback. So
Woo!
great job.
Thank you, guys. We had some amazing gentlemen come out and do bar and all of these. Let's hear it for the guys. It's strong work, huh?
Now, I will say one of the things that the reason I know this is we have a crew who's recording people as they leave the workout when they're done, because we're building an asset for the January Super Saturday, which is going to be first impressions of the workout. So if you haven't done Barre Blend yet, but maybe you'd like to be featured in the video, make sure you take the class tomorrow. What is it, 8 a.m. tomorrow?
No, I have the early one tomorrow,
Oh.
so not too much fun tonight, so you can be there 7:15.
Well, it's low impact. Take it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, one of the things, now you might know Elise was one of the trainers in our 3-week yoga retreat. So that was my awareness of you. Like, we met in New York, I think it was,
We did.
where we shot that. And as we were looking for, because I was getting this, like, when are we going to get a bar program? When are we getting a bar program? And, you know, we were looking at different trainers having auditions and really frustrated with wanting to find somebody who brought something distinct so that it wasn't just sort of same old, predictable. And so people on the team, Lara was mentioning, Ned Farr was mentioning that you had this background. So we had a meeting in the office, and I'd love for you to share with our leaders a little bit of your background so they understand why we put the yoga girl into the bar program. So can you just describe a little bit of your background so they get the big picture that I got?
Of course. Well, as you say, we don't like to be predictable. So this was really exciting. My background actually started at the bar. My mom put me in ballet lessons because I was constantly crashing into things and supremely uncoordinated, and she thought this might help me live to be 10 years old. So she took me to the bar. I fell in love with ballet right away. I loved the costumes, and for me it really initiated a love of movement. And you know, this was even when I was just still learning to talk. I found this ability to express myself through physical movement, and it became a very intuitive part of my life moving forward. And you know, I have 2 parents who were PhDs and law degrees, went to Ivy League universities. So when I went to college, I went in pre-med because I actually had a very severe fascination with anatomy. I was super nerdy. I'd like thumb through Grey's Anatomy to learn more, because I had this one side of me that interpreted movement very intuitively from a young age, and I was intrigued to learn more. But while in college, I found musical theater, as I know you can appreciate, and started to dance in musical theater, which led me to a career in New York. I got to do some really amazing Broadway tours. I got to tour with Tony Curtis and Anne Margaret and just dance on stage in front of thousands of people. And I just felt more and more alive. I got to study with some of the best choreographers in New York, Tony-winning choreographers, and workshop work with them to really learn from their creative process as well. And so I was inspired to get certified in barre, and my background in barre is super classic. Old school, it's called Lottie Burke method. From there, the barre programs like Pure Barre and other things came about. So I got a really ground level education on classic barre and what that means. But like you, I don't like to be predictable, so I always like to kind of put my spin on it. So teaching in studios was fun, but when I got discovered by Equinox, which is one of the biggest gyms in the country, they brought me on because they were impressed by my barre programs elsewhere, but they gave me the freedom to kind of bring my own experience into it, and I created a class for them back in the day. Hard to imagine because I'm only 27 now, but just kidding, I'm definitely not. But this was probably back in 2006 or so. I had a program called Burn Bliss because I always have been passionate about, I want you to feel the burn. Yes, we're gonna sweat. Yes, we're gonna shred. Yes, we're gonna get toned arms and full body, but the bliss is really for me what it's about. And I got to play with all of my experience. So in that I brought a lot of different levels. I added cardio, I added a lot of sculpting, and it was a fun experience. So that's kind of how I found barre.
That's amazing. Now, how did the creation of the Barre Bliss program become sort of the precursor for how Barre Blend is different than sort of the classic Lottie Burke?
Oh, absolutely. Well, this is, first of all, since then, I've had 13 years more experience. And for me, I always think the best trainers are constantly learning, and so I'm always in classes, I'm always in trainings. I like to study all different kinds of movement. I'm Schwinn certified and all of these things. And so it was really the precursor to Barre Blend because when Equinox brings you on, they put you in the unpopular time slots to see, how your program does. And, I was really able to build, and I think a lot of it was because of the emotional side, the emotional component of motivating people to be their best. My style of leading, if you will, is positive affirmation and a celebration of what your body is capable of doing now rather than a punishment for what you're not able to do yet. And I think that elevates it, so bringing that into Barre Blend, bringing 13 years more experience, I spent 3 months literally pouring my heart and soul at computers, at a bar in front of a mirror, exploring moves that make me as an athlete feel stronger. It changed my body completely as someone who was pretty fit before. And then also for those of us that are prenatal, that are postnatal, that if you're like me and you've crossed over the threshold of 40 and maybe jumping isn't really your jam anymore, I have those options for you guys who love to jump, but I specialize in creating cardio sculpt intervals that are low impact. I had, some of you can attest who were there this morning, I have one non-impact move in the warm-up that just skyrockets the heart rate. Can I get an amen for people who were there today? So, we're out to debunk myths. So I take that, you'll get the classic burn of barre, you'll get all of the stuff that you expect from a barre program, you'll get that burn, you'll get those shaking legs, but you'll get so much more. I think doing it is really the only way to really experience it.
Now I want to make a point here. So, pre-med, right?
Yeah.
I mean, studying the anatomy, getting certified in the fundamentals of fitness, the fundamentals of barre, expanding that into yoga, expanding that into her own expression of this. If you wonder, why do we call them super trainers? Why does Elise represent a super trainer when it's kind of just her second program in here, or Amwala, a super trainer, or Autumn and Joel and Jericho? What is it that makes a super trainer? It's that these people don't stop and they don't get certified once and then just put a program together that you could find anywhere. That's why this stuff is so special. That's what elevates it. And what I can say about Elise is she has this stuff. You started shooting Monday, right?
We shot the sample workout on Tuesday, right before I came out here.
But the actual workout's going to production on Monday.
Oh, it goes Monday, yes.
Okay, so she has been literally evolving this program day by day with the test group that you put together throughout that. So it's literally it's just coming out of the oven.
That's right. It's going into the oven on Monday.
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit about what kind of results have you gotten from the 60-day test group?
Oh my gosh, we did a live test group in LA, and I might get emotional here. The test group, it was incredible. We worked really meticulously.